Okay, well, it looks like we're live on my end, so I just want to double check. If you guys can see us and hear us fine, give us that thumbs up so we know. And of course, we're starting our last candidate interview that we have for our candidate forums today, which is exciting. I know that was so monotone, but it is exciting that it's the last one. Okay. Well, excellent. I see us just fine. So as you guys are hopping on, please let us know that you are tuning in and are excited for this broadcast as well. I am Juliette Abdel, President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. And if this is your first time on our page, please be sure that you hit the like button and the follow so you can get alerted when we do go live. Make sure that you comment as our candidate is visiting with us, comment questions or thoughts so that we can be able to pull those into the broadcast at a later point in time. I have my counterpart with me, Alberto Garcia, who has been with me since 11 a.m. today. And he is our former Mayor Pro Tem, Legacy Award recipient, and strategic advisor to the Chamber. Thank you, Alberto, for being on here with us.
No, thank you. Absolutely.
I have our final candidate, and this is for Adams County Commissioner. We have Lynn, who will begin with an intro statement about herself and her candidacy. She'll then move into those rapid fire questions that all of our candidates have had to answer. It's 30 seconds that she is allocated for each of the questions. The time begins when she starts talking. Again, I will emphasize whenever we do have time to take up any questions at the end of the broadcast, and we'll go from there. Wayne has just kind of given a quick good to have you back. So I just wanted to pull that up since it was a sweet note. With that, Lynn, I will turn this over to you. You have 60 seconds to share an introductory statement about yourself.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Westminster Chamber, for having me. Hopefully you can hear me pretty well. So my name is Lynn Baca. I'm a second generation Adams County native. My family, their background is in vegetable farming, which is my grandpa's side of the family. So I was born and raised in Brighton, graduated from the Brighton School District, and then I went on to work. And I wasn't a traditional college student. I went to work for Adams County government. I started in the elections division. From there, I was able to participate in Adams County's tuition reimbursement program. So working full time, going to school full time, I achieved my bachelor's degree and I kept in government. I currently work in government contracts and purchasing. I've done that for over 20 years. Get the message. And I currently work for the city of Aurora. So I have served 2 terms as a Brighton City Council member. And serving as a council member, I actually started serving at the regional level in transportation, the Denver Regional Council of Governments, got to know my municipal partners and businesses. So that's my background. That's why I'm jumping in this race.
Thank you, Lynn. This first question is related to the business community. What business experience do you have? And if elected, how will you draw from that experience to aid in our economic recovery?
Terrific. Thank you so much for that question. So I did not start out in government. I was in banking for a while. And, it's always been about customer service and that personal touch that you bring to both businesses and business partnerships. And I'm so proud of Adams County. And our businesses have been so resilient through COVID. So I think that you never lose that no matter what industry you are in. You'll always have to have the experience of the personal touch and those interactions with business.
Thank you, Lynn. And yes or no, if you're elected, do you commit to serving your full term in office?
Absolutely, yes. I've worked with my current employer for over 13 years. I've taken this on knowing that I would leave my employment, my retirement. So yes, I do commit to serving a full term, my full 4 years in office, yes.
What is the biggest challenge facing our county?
The biggest challenge facing our county, I have 2 of them. The first one is obviously COVID has a great impact on just our county, but even our country. But the biggest challenge facing our county is growth. So we are in a growth spurt right now. We've been leading up to this for at least 30 years with the once DIA, the land was approved to build DIA, we've been on a growth spurt, and that is the biggest challenge facing our county.
How do you plan to keep the county safe in the instance of COVID?
Thank you for that question. So COVID affects all of us, and it goes beyond our health issues that we have, that we may experience personally, personal friends or family members, even neighbors. So, how do we plan to keep the county safe? I believe the science and I believe following the facts and the data of Tri County Health and understanding the statistics and where we go from here. And doing the best we can to protect our families, being in underserved communities, helping our small businesses, helping our business partners, school districts, and nonprofits.
What do you feel will be your biggest challenge in this role?
I think one of our biggest challenges is going to be bringing the community together. I think there's been a lot of division, um, both social division, political division, and I think we work best as a community when we all work together. And I think the residents are ready for that. I think residents and businesses, we're ready for what comes next. How do we get through this together? And so I think working collaboratively and being a partner and a bridge to businesses and our nonprofits, schools, and our communities is going to be critical.
What have you observed from the county that you are most proud of?
I am so proud of Adams County being a native. We've come so far. We've addressed growth, we've addressed transportation. I think to keep current, the thing I'm most proud of is our COVID response is every commissioner had their role. I think our county administration has done a phenomenal job. And we've touched all aspects of our community, whether that's small business, school districts, or nonprofits. Having COVID testing available and free to our residents. So I'm very proud of our response to COVID. I think that is going to be, that will get us through the future. Absolutely.
Do you feel one party holding or another is better?
I do not. I've been in government for quite a long time, for over 20 years, and the best policies are those that we can work together and find common ground. We may have our complete differences, but I think our constituents are ready, our businesses are ready that we work together. So let's work together on those items going forward, whether that is Tri-County Health, it's our response to COVID, it's small business policy, it's land use. I don't feel that there's one party better than the other. I think cooperation across the board is going to be most effective.
Thank you. What, if anything, would you change with how the county has responded to COVID?
The only thing I would change is I think there was some confusion at the beginning regarding Tri-County Health and that their mandates affected all the counties equally, but we had dissension among the counties. And I think that was confusing for me as a resident, is Douglas County opted out. So I think they have since done a course correction, and I've noticed on their website, they have a dashboard that Adams County, Arapahoe, and Douglas, the COVID response is specific to each county. But that's the only thing I would have changed.
What is the biggest challenge facing our county? And at this point, as we're asking this question, if anyone is watching and wants to ask us another question, type it into the comment section.
So the biggest challenge facing our county, I think, is still growth. It has been tremendous for our businesses. We will continue to grow at least for the next 10 years and beyond. But also with positive growth, there comes concern with housing. And that is something that I've really taken on. I know there's been a big housing development approved in Westman. It's a $40 million development, but housing is now becoming unattainable for our residents, especially our young people, our young families. So that is, I think, our biggest challenge is housing.
Thank you, Lynn. And this question comes to us from Councillor Bowles. He's sharing a good afternoon note and thanking you for being on here. Can you expand on how your local government service will help you as a commissioner?
Absolutely. So I work in government. I have for the last at least 20 years, and I've served as a city council member. So just coming off of my city council term, I am still very current on especially transportation. So I'm ready to serve Adams County, and I'm ready to lead Adams County beginning on my first day in office. The action were to go that way. So I think I'm very confident going in on all of the systems, the layers of government, whether that's a board and commission, we have CML, we have our city municipal governments, and so on and so forth. So yes, I think that is my strength going into the office.
Excellent. We are at the end of our broadcast time, Lynn, so I'll ask for you to share a 30-second closing statement with the viewers.
Well, I just want to thank the Westminster Chamber for hosting this event. This is only one of two that I've attended this campaign season. I am ready to serve as your county commissioner, going in to continue. I think our county commissioners have done a tremendous job. They provide award-winning service. Collaboration means a lot, partnerships mean a lot, and working with our school districts, our small businesses, that is something that I want to take forward, is to continue those relationships.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lynn. And I know we had a couple of questions that popped through here later. I know you're active on Facebook, so please do connect with some of these viewers that have watched and maybe had some questions that you can sidebar them on. For those of you that tuned into all of our candidate forums, thank you for spending the day with us. I know it was long, but it was worth it. Please be sure that you hit that share button so others in your network can see what these candidates are all about and can be as informed as possible when they're making their votes and casting those ballots. Lynn, thank you for being on here with us. I sure do appreciate it, and you kind of overcoming those tech challenges that we had, making it work. And of course, Alberto, for being my awesome timekeeper the full day. Appreciate all that you've done for us and the overall community. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone.
Thank you. Thank